Today we will hear member statements by the honourable members from the districts of Torngat Mountains, Exploits, Harbour Grace, Portagrave, Placentia, St. Mary's, and Humber, Bay of Islands. The member for Torngat Mountains.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Today I rise and pay tribute to Jane Shaiwak of Riglet, Nunatsiavut. Jane Shaiwak represents kindness, love, and respect. Her life story victorious, evil did not break her, rob us of her loving soul. Jane began residential school at the age of 5. She couldn't eat some of the food served. I would throw it up, be made to eat the food I had thrown up. I was often beaten. Times I would be stripped naked and beaten in front of other students and classmates. My whole body bruised, black and blue. There were times I would be locked in a dark room for hours and left there for hours. The remaining words I will speak are from the late Anita Rich, daughter of Jane Shaiwak. Jane had a profound influence on my life. She shaped me into the person I am today. She faced bad experiences, but never let that define her nor hinder her in any way. She helped many people, taking women into her own home, those who faced domestic violence. She would always give. Her residential school's experience is used to make a better place, is used to make this world a better place. Attending meetings and youth symposiums, elder symposiums, Jane shared her story and during the process helped others heal. Jane is a renowned artisan and teacher of seagrass weaving, traditional clothing, and Inuit dolls. Her skills and knowledge keep our traditions and culture alive. Her memories keep our history alive. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The member for Exploits.
Mr. Speaker, on September 19th, the president of Aki NL presented the association's newest life member during their AGM to Murray Roberts of Botwood. Murray was elected life member by the Provincial Hockey Association. He began with the Botwood Area Minor Hockey Association in 1995 as the initiation director, moving to the association's president position in 1996. After serving as president for Central Hockey Association executive, he then became the public relations officer for the Professional Association Minor Council in 1999. Mr. Speaker, in 2000, Murray was elected vice president of Hockey NL and served that position till the end of 2018-2019 hockey season. Murray was involved in bringing forth the provincial comprehensive screening process for volunteers and safety towards other programs in NL and helped protect players on the ice. Murray was also a Speak Out facilitator, which is important to the awareness and prevention of bullying, abuse, and harassment in the sport, and was introduced in 1997. Mr. Speaker, I ask all members of the House of Assembly to join me in congratulating Mr. Murray Roberts of Botwood on his induction as life member into Hockey NL. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The member for Harbour Grace, Portagrave.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Today I would like to recognize a woman who continues to demonstrate strength in mind, body, and soul. Mary Butler of Butlerville is well known and loved throughout Conception Bay North. She grew up in Bay Roberts and moved to Butlerville as a young woman, where she married Rex, the love of her life, and had 3 children and now 7 grandchildren. In July, Mary received news that would change life forever. Doctors told her that she had brain cancer. She decided not to take the aggressive treatments and instead dedicate her time to family and friends and to enjoy every day as if it were her last. It is said that family has always been the most important focus in Mary's life, and Christmas is her favorite time of year. Well, Mr. Speaker, Christmas came early this year for Mary, her family, and the entire community as lights and decorations illuminated Butlerville and Shearstown, and residents came together to show their support. A big family turkey dinner was enjoyed, complete with a parade, music, and good cheer. We admire Mary for her strength and faith, as she isn't angry or asking why, but instead continues to practice gratitude and goodwill. Mr. Speaker, I ask that all honorable members join me in wishing Mary and her family all the very best.
The Honourable the Member for Placentia St. Mary's.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the Newfoundland and Labrador Bravery Award was established in 1984 under the authority of the Bravery Award Act to recognize citizens of the province who have risked their lives and safety to render aid to another person. On April the 24th, 2018, while Matthew Fleming was working in St. Vincent's, when he saw the boat of Maurice Gibbons spin out of control and eject him into the water, without hesitation, Matthew put on a life jacket, grabbed a rope, and jumped into the cold water of Holyrood Pond to save Mr. Gibbons. Matthew swam an estimated 10 minutes to reach Mr. Gibbons and successfully pulled him back to shore to emergency personnel. Thanks to Matthew's brave actions and quick thinking, Mr. Gibbons made a full recovery. Due to Matthew's selfless assistance, in July, as the member of the House of Assembly for the District of Placentia St. Mary's, I had the honor of presenting Matthew with the Newfoundland and Labrador Award for Bravery in Peters River in the company of his family and closest friends. I ask all honourable members to join me in congratulating Matthew Fleming for his selfless act of heroism. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable the Member for Humber Bay of Island.
Mr. Speaker, Newfoundlanders and Labradorians always come together to support a great cause, and today I want to recognize one such volunteer. Sydney Wells of Irishtown, who for the past 9 years has spearheaded the annual Ronald McDonald Red Shoe Crew Walk in her hometown. Sydney and her family had been passionate about Ronald McDonald House since their stay in Edmonton House in 1999, when their daughter Ellie was born and needed to stay in hospital for over a month. Since Ronald McDonald House opened in St. John's, Sydney has been there to give support and raise money for this place that is so important to so many families. To quote Sydney, "You never fully appreciate what having a place like Ronald McDonald House means until you need it." While the walk was different this year than usual, that didn't hinder Sydney and her dedicated group of volunteers as they raised almost $6,000 again this year, bringing the total raised in the past 9 years to over $50,000. I ask all members to join me in thanking Sydney and her group to their continuous support and commitment to the worthwhile cause. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.